X and Y are just letters. You could just pretend these are switched if you want. You could say this is y equals 25 minus x squared, and then this is y equals 1, let's put it in descending powers, x squared plus 3x plus 1. Okay, and you should get the same answers if you were to integrate with respect to y, which is what I think they're looking for you to set up here. They're both quadratics. You could graph them. This one would make like a U-shaped quadratic. And this one would make an N-shaped quadratic where it has a peak like this. So it's 25 is the highest point. It just goes down from there. Here's the first graph. Second graph, let's see. I'm using the vertex formula to think of where the vertex is. Vertex is negative b divided by 2a, so negative 3 divided by 2 times 1. It's negative 1.5. So negative 1, negative 1.5. Actually, they're probably smaller, but let's see. And then if you plug in negative 1.5, maybe plugging this in a graphing calculator would be quicker, but negative 1.5 is the x coordinate. Oops, that's negative 1.5 times 3, so that should be negative plus 1, and then negative 1.5 squared plus this. So negative 1.25. So at negative 1.5, negative 1.25 is the vertex of this. And again, I just use negative b over 2a to find that. So the two graphs look like this when we graph them with the variables switched. So we want to find out where they cross because that's what we want to integrate with respect to. We want to find out these crossing places. And then we know this is going to be the bigger function and this is going to be the smaller function. So to find out where they cross, we set them equal to each other. We would say, down here I guess, 25 minus x squared equals x squared plus 3x plus 1. We can add x squared to both sides. Subtract 25 from both sides. And I don't know if this is factorable, or we could use the quadratic formula. We'd have to have two numbers that multiply to be 48, but add up to be negative 48, but add up to be 3. I don't think I'm going to be able to find it. Oops. No. Okay, so let's use the quadratic formula to find out where they cross. So it's negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. And then 4 times 2 times 24, so that's going to be a negative 192. So subtracting a negative 192 means you're adding, so you get 201 inside the square root. And then if we change these to our decimal answers, you get 201. The square root of that is 14.117, blah, 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 a bunch of numbers. Copy a bunch of them. We want to do negative 3 plus that square root divided by 4. Oops, I lost it. 2.7944. So we got 2.7944 as one of the x coordinates. And then we want to do negative 3 minus the square root of 201 divided by 4. So negative 4.29 something something. That's the starting x coordinate. Okay, so all that did was that told us that where we want to integrate with respect to. So you want to integrate from negative 4.29 up to 2.7944. And then what we're integrating is the top function, which we said is 25 minus x squared subtracted by the bottom function. Sorry about the squeaking. I've got a puppy and he's out of control today. Okay, so we could do that integration. You could subtract those numbers. You could use the antiderivative. That one's not bad at all because it's just the power rule. But then they also mentioned using a calculator on this one. So it might be easier to go to like an online calculator, like integral-calculator.com, and you can just type that in, since they said a calculator is okay for this one.